Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson brought to you by edufest.ng. Today we have yet another interesting topic for you, which is words associated with sports. My name is Victoria Farojoye and I am your English language instructor for today. Before we start off, let us check out our learning objectives. During the course of this lesson, we are going to be learning the following: the definition of sports, the major national games we have, the words for sporting activities, the various venues of sports, the different sports officials that we have, and the outcome of games, which is also game results. Now to the introduction. What is a sport? A sport is a game, a competition, or an activity needing physical effort and skill that is played or done according to rules. People participate for enjoyment, as a job, while providing entertainment to participants and in some cases to spectators. Some of the most popular sports are football, tennis, hockey, gymnastics, basketball, chess, bowling, swimming, athletics, amongst others. Now, why do people engage in sporting activities? They do it to keep fit, to serve as a source of income, to get rid of stress, to relax actively, to spend time with friends, which is also known as collective sports, and to have fun. Let's move on to our major national games. And what do we mean by major national games? These are games that are the most prominent in our societies. And the first one we are going to be talking about is football. Football is a team sport played with a spherical ball between two teams of 11 players. That means each team has 11 players. It is played on a usually rectangular field, having goal posts at each end, and whose object is to get the ball over the goal line into a goal post by running, passing, or kicking the ball. I'm sure we all know what football is. We've all watched a football match once or twice in our lives. The next one is handball. Handball is a team sport in which two teams of 7 players each, that means each team has 7 players, 6 outcourt players and a goalkeeper, pass a ball using their hands with the aim of throwing it into the goalposts of the other team. The next one we are going to be talking about is basketball. Basketball is a team sport in which two teams, most commonly of 5 players each, opposing one another on a rectangular court, compete with the primary objective of shooting a basketball through the defender's hoop. And what do we mean by hoop? Hoop is those net-like materials that you see basketball players always trying to fit their balls through, while preventing the opposing team from shooting through their own hoop. The next one we are going to be talking about is athletics. And athletics refers to track and field sports that involves competitive running, jumping, throwing, and walking. Most of the events are individual, but a few of them, just like the relay events, involve a team. So for athletics, it is an individual game, but sometimes it involves a team. And the most common types of athletics competitions are track and field, road running, cross-country running, and race walking. The next one we are going to be talking about is hockey. And what is hockey? It is a sport in which two teams of 11 players each play against each other by trying to maneuver a ball or a puck into the opponent's goal post using a hockey stick. And there are many types of hockey such as bandy, field hockey, ice hockey, and rink hockey. The next thing we are going to be looking at now are words for sporting activities or competition. The first one we'll be taking is tournament. And what is a tournament? A tournament is a sports competition involving a relatively large number of competitors, in which players who win a match continue to play further matches until just one person or team is left. The next one we'll be talking about is a contest. A contest is held to determine the best athletes and teams and the greatest achievements in sports, to improve athletic skills and to popularize physical culture and sports. The next one we'll be looking at is rounds. What is a round? A round is a unit of play that occupies a specific time, constitutes a certain number of plays, and allows each player a turn. The next one we'll be looking at is a championship. A championship is an important competition that decides which player or team is the best in a particular sport or game, and it determines who the champion is of that particular game. For example, FIFA World Cup, which is for football, the Olympic Games, and FIBA World Cup, amongst others. The next thing we are going to be looking at are sporting venues. These are where sporting activities are carried out, and some of these are the stadium, which is used mostly for outdoor sports such as football, baseball, and it is surrounded by seats for spectators watching. The second one is the arena. It is an enclosed area, mostly oval shaped, and sports like basketball, wrestling, ice hockey are played in an arena. Now, a court. This is where games like volleyball, basketball, tennis are played. The next sporting venue is a ring, and this is where sports like boxing or wrestling are played. The next one is a field, which is also known as a pitch, which is where sports such as football or baseball are played. What is a race course? This is a ground or a track for horse or dog racing. The next one is a track, which is where sports such as running, walking, car racing are done. And the other venues that we have for sporting activities include the swimming pool, golf course, and ice ring, amongst so many others. Next, we are going to be looking at the sports officials and game outcomes or results. Now, we have the following sports officials. A coach. He is a trained and experienced person in that field that trains the team. A referee. He presides over the game and ensures the rules of the games are followed strictly. An umpire is a person who watches the game closely to enforce rules and make decisions about the game. A sport fan or supporter is a person who completely is behind the team and he wants them to win every game. And who is a sports enthusiast? This is a person who really supports and is passionate about sports. Now to game outcomes and results. We have the following game outcomes, which is the winning side is the team that won the game. The losing side, that is the team that lost the game. Drawn match, this is when both teams had the same score. Stalemate, this is in chess and it is a position counting as a draw. Medal, this is awarded to a successful competitor in a game, and a cup is a prize given to the winners of a competition and it is made in the shape of a cup. We have come to the end of today's lesson and I'm sure we've learned a lot. We can now define so many words about sports. We've learned so many new words. We've learned the definition of sports, the major national games, the names of sporting competitions. We've learned about the sporting venues. We've learned about sports officials, and finally we learned about game results. Now we have an assignment for you to go over what you have just learned, and it is to describe your favorite sports and write a short comprehension on it. You can send all your answers to us at jimosmith@edufirst.ng. You can send your answers. If you have any questions, send it to us at jimosmith@edufirst.ng. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe as we keep bringing you educative content.